El lunes 16 de diciembre a las 16:05 UTC, la nave espacial no tripulada Dragon de SpaceX se desacopló del puerto delantero del módulo Harmony en la Estación Espacial Internacional, tras una orden de los controladores terrestres de SpaceX. Después de reingresar a la atmósfera de la Tierra, la nave espacial realizará un amerizaje asistido por paracaídas frente a la costa de Florida el martes 17 de diciembre. Llena con más de 2.700 kilos de suministros para la tripulación, investigaciones científicas y equipo, la nave espacial llegó al laboratorio en órbita el 5 de noviembre, después de su lanzamiento el 4 de noviembre en un cohete Falcon 9, desde el complejo de lanzamiento 39A, en el Centro Espacial Kennedy de la NASA en Florida. Esta fue la 31ª misión de servicios de reabastecimiento comercial de SpaceX para la NASA.
And we received confirmation of a great depart burn 1 as Dragon continues to back away from the space station. This departure burn lasted about 22 seconds.
I'm getting a low battery alarm on, or low battery light on the palm. I'm going to go put in some new batteries.
Copy all, Don. Additionally, for Dragon, departure burn 1 is complete.
Perfect, and you heard that here from our flight director. The burn is complete and went really well. As I mentioned, we received confirmation of separation of the cargo Dragon carrying science and hardware home at 10:05 a.m. Central, 11:05 a.m. Eastern, as the International Space Station and Dragon were flying approximately 260 statute miles over the Pacific. The team will continue to monitor the departure of Dragon as it exits the approach ellipsoid. So we have two physical boundaries around the space station. You can't see them since nothing is physically there to mark them, but it's like a property line of your house. The first is called the keep out sphere, and then farther out we have the approach ellipsoid, or the neighborhood of the space station. Here's a good visual representation here on your screen. These are the safety boundaries used in the unlikely event that something goes wrong with the Dragon spacecraft after it undocked.
Station Houston, on 2 for Dragon. Dragon has exited the keep out sphere.
And we just heard that call out. Dragon has exited the keep out sphere. Good news as we continue to monitor the undocking of SpaceX's 31st commercial resupply mission to the International Space Station. You're looking at live views of Cargo Dragon from the International Space Station on its screen as it continues, or begins rather, its departure to splash down off the coast of Florida. So you can see there some of the burns coming through of the Dragon cargo spacecraft, but let's continue to talk a little bit about the safety zones around the space station that require a set of go and no-go poles with different control teams. The first zone I mentioned is called the keep out sphere. It's a zone that consists of an imaginary sphere around the space station with a radius of about 200 meters. The second zone is called the approach ellipsoid. It's an imaginary shape measuring 4 kilometers by 2 kilometers by 2 kilometers, essentially a large 3-dimensional oval. Like I shared earlier, it's another chance to confirm all of the guidance, navigation, and control systems are working correctly on Dragon before it moves away from the space station. And if you are just joining us right now, this is Mission Control Houston here at NASA's Johnson Space Center as we are coming to you live in the International Space Station's flight control room here. We're continuing our coverage for the undocking operations of SpaceX's 31st commercial resupply mission to the International Space Station. You are looking at live views of the Dragon spacecraft from the International Space Station as it continues to depart the various boundaries that surround the space station.